Who knows? We are live.
All right. Call the meeting to order. This is the December 2025 Town Board meeting of Lewisville Town Council. We'll start off with a pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, roll call.
Tim,
Present.
Richard,
I'm here.
and Tom.
Here. Okay, approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes.
Second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We approve the November minutes. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Minutes stand approved. And then move on to the claims. Anybody see have any questions about the claims?
The question, I just want to make a comment, when we start out on the new barn project and the cost we initially received to put in the plumbing, we got a better deal.
Yes,
It
yes.
saved about half of what the original bid was, so.
I'll make a motion for the claims.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. We approve the claims. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, those claims are approved. The next one is input quarterly report.
All right, thank you very much.
So be quick.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I like it. I like it. All right, well, thank you for having us, folks. Good to see you all again. I'm Derek Berry with IMPA. This is Mike Adams, General Manager of ISC. This is really Mike's show this evening, as he's going to do the updated report on dedicated services, the program you have here in town for your maintenance and outage management. I'm just going to hand out his documents here to follow along with his presentation. I'm really here just kind of for after if you have any general IMPA things, but really tonight, this is Mike's show for ISC. So I'm not going to talk much longer. I'm going to let him take the floor.
Well, thanks. We'll put a couple things down here on the floor. Appreciate you having me. If you don't mind, we'll go through this part first, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay, yep, thanks.
So, for the council, this isn't unfamiliar territory. You've probably seen these before.
Yeah.
Basically, there are metrics on things that we've done for the year. Looks like 2017 is when we started with dedicated services here at Lewisville. In 2025, we have service allocation metrics around pole replacement, service request, outage restoration, vegetation management, and engineering and planning. Looks like 4 poles have been replaced this year. Looks like we're trending down a little bit. Service requests, we had 23 for 2025. In 2024, we actually had 25 service requests. And outage restorations, it looks like we had 10 restorations this year. Done a little bit of vegetation management. I wouldn't say that this is a big cycle year for us. I think 4 years ago we did a little heavier run through. One of the things that we're doing, and it's kind of reflected in this one, we'll talk a little bit later, is I think it was 4 years ago, we really went through the different communities and did a pretty heavy vegetation cleanup. What we found is now that we're in the 4th year, there's still things in every community that needs done. So what was budgeted in that 5-year period wasn't enough to cover all of those years. So we put some money in the budget for 2025 or 2026 so that we have money out available for each community so we can do additional trimming where necessary. Now, kind of a side note on where we trim in the primary space. That's the higher voltage areas. And if there happens to be secondary or services in that space, that gets cleaned up too. But once it leaves that pole and goes into somebody's yard, that service wire and stuff is really on the homeowner at that point. We will work with the home folks and businesses to take the service out of service so that winds and stuff can be trimmed, and put it back up once that's done. So if you have concerns or thoughts about that, just talk to Jan and she'll put service requests in first.
Yeah.
We also do engineering and planning. That's one of the 5 service metrics from a service allocation perspective. Regarding the service requests, the 23 that we talked about earlier, 10 of those were light issues. One was a disconnect, reconnect, 6 were line maintenance, 5 were tree trimming, and then 1 was a meter-related problem. I wonder if that was the one that was on the pole, kind of in the alley.
Oh, yeah, it could have been. I don't remember.
The next page talks about power outages. We had, looks like we had 10 for 2025. 1 was for line down, 3 were for broken poles, 2 were fuse repairs, and 4 were service repairs. I want to take a minute and just talk a little bit about the line down. When we had a storm that came through this year that was part of a high winds that came through from a hurricane from the south. So when that wind came in to our area, along 40 here, it hit a lot of communities, kind of one after another, kind of cascaded. So we did something we probably hadn't done in a while, and it probably frustrated some customers, but when we were in town, and if we didn't have a line down in that town, and we got a call for a line down, we went to go secure that line down. Oftentimes that'll mean that there's a safety problem. So we wanted to make sure that we took care of the what I would call higher priority safety problems, get the line down, taken care of, turned off so that, there's no problem. So there were some communities called in and said, hey, wait a minute, you're not done here.
Yeah.
Come back. And we were trying to explain that we'll be back. We just have a more escalated problem to be able to kind of take care of. So. And we felt like we didn't really do a very good job of that because we sort of did that, I guess, on our feet when we realized what was going on. So we put a reach alert process in place where when things like that happen, we're going to communicate that through that reach alert process. So if you have reach alert in your community, you'll get a notification that that's why we did it. And it goes only to a couple of folks in your town, and that way you can disseminate it to your customers. So, anyway, just wanted to express on that a little bit.
Who gets that notice here?
I don't know. I would have to look at that list. I would assume that it's Jana, but I don't know that.
It's, I think, in Wayland.
So you guys put that out on,
We haven't had to exercise
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna say, I haven't got one.
It is something that we've put in place once we had that problem. So.
I'll check on that.
From an outage perspective, on page 5, this lists the response times and the durations and the dates, of course, the day of the week, the type of outage and cause. This is the one that kind of probably keeps me up awake more at night than anything. Because most of the time when we have an outage, our folks are out, I know that they're out, so I kind of pay attention. If we need coaching out while we're out there, we give it, but we try to stay out of their way and let them do the work. But it looks like in July 17th, we had a 148-minute response time. Looks like that was a broken pole. Wondered if that was the one that we had where we ended up got a digger problem stuck. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
was that was the one up here?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was that road, I think there was like a pretty bad tree and there was just a lot.
You fixed it temporarily, then you had to come back the next day.
Yeah. And then when we came back the next day, we had a truck problem.
Yeah, the truck had to sit there.
So,
Yeah.
did a couple of issues on that one. Let's see here. That was on a Wednesday. Oh, we had 2 call-outs on the same day, actually 3 right there.
No, just 2 for that
Yeah,
one day
just
on the
2.
17th. There was just 2 call outs. The other one was April 17th.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I think that was probably that wind moment. 'Cause we-
Yeah.
Looks like in the December of 2024, looks like we had one that was 67 minutes. With a line down for that one. A little bit wrong on a Thursday. Looks like it was in the morning. Oh, I remember that. We had, that was where we were working. It was like 4 or 5 degrees outside. There was a lot of trouble along the 40 corridor. Okay. And then in February, the 27th and 28th, we had 2 70-minute moments. Thursday was a service problem, and then we were looking for it. One thing I wanted to talk a little bit about, and this year we have some pie charts to compare 2024 and 2025. We're trying to do a better story. It's kind of do a comparative to what we did last year versus this year. The one thing that I see that stands out to me is that, we had it looks like for the most part, we've got a pretty large service request need here. What that kind of tells me is our maintenance is really, it looks like it's pretty minor on this one. So we really need to do more work in the maintenance space to kind of take care of those service request problems almost before they show up. And then the automated metering infrastructure. One of the things we really haven't explored much, I think on the north end of town where you guys have some water meters that aren't really getting read back in the system. So we can get engineering to work with Jana about maybe an opportunity that we have that we've been fairly successful at. We put an intermediate pole location with a collector or repeater to kind of help boost that signal or find, get a little more distance in it and see if we can't figure out a way to get those meters read so that you don't have to go out there to do that reading.
Yeah.
So, and do you have any others like that other than those? Or?
yeah, there's some others, and I think Wayland has ordered new, the water, the
Oh, the lids?
not the lids, but the package that reads it.
Oh, okay.
The reader. I couldn't think what to call it. To replace some of those, and then we've got some electric ones. He did get, I think he ordered 6 electric meters. So hopefully we can get those.
Okay.
Because I told him while it was winter, we need to try to get that stuff done. And while he's, slower time. So,
Right.
and not mowing and stuff. So, yeah.
And then the next page is about GIS, and we have a really good map system of that. if we look at the overall system and develop a plan for how we can, support things that are maybe not the strongest pieces, kind of take care of the weaker links. I'm not saying there are any, I'm just saying that if we know what they are in town, we can service and fix those as we go along, and then when we get these growth opportunities, we'll be ready for them, so. The questions, the one question I know you did have was about this. So, yeah, I think we send this out every year. For the most part, I don't think our rates have increased, but it looks like from the labor and equipment piece, it looks like, things went up $15 this year. The materials piece didn't go up. So
So is that increase for 25 or for,
this is for 26.
okay, so it said it was gonna increase $15.
Right.
So is that gonna make us short over here on a fund that we need to make that up?
I don't believe so. I think this is to get us kind of current.
Okay.
Because for the last several years that I've been here, I don't think we've had any kind of increases. If anything, it's one thing sort of offset the other and kind of stayed pretty flat. I know the executive committee approved, I think it's 5% overall in our group. So I think that's probably what that ends up being, an incremental portion of that 5%.
Okay, that's not our general electric bill, that's.
No, this is separate.
Yeah.
This is separate, so we already done the rate study for next year in regards to what next year will be, which we shared that information with Jay on. I believe you guys have that. That comes through on your tracker, not a substantial change. And so this is exclusively to your maintenance agreement for dedicated services. And so that you said $15, Mike?
Right.
That's an increase of $15 on the per meter fee.
Right.
And that's an annual basis? Is that right?
It is.
Yeah, so that would be 15 and then they multiply by how many meters you have in your system, and that's divided by 12, and that's what the monthly payments are. So it is an increase, but when you look at it from that perspective, it's not a substantial increase. So
We don't have a substantial amount of money. but
I know.
If it's something we need to look at that unfortunately we have to pass along, I just.
Yeah.
I resonate with what Jana said about that being that big. We've had that conversation before, we've kind of felt, figure some things out, so.
Okay.
And this is not like in the electric side, as you mentioned, Tom, where it's going to come through on the tracker and immediately affect everybody's bill. It does not do that. So it's a bill the utility's going to receive, and if you cover that or if you get to change things, that's up to y'all, but there's no other changes or anything.
Okay.
We'll give it back to Richard, please.
Do you have any other questions or?
Any questions? Thank you.
Could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You said something about your power line going through people's yards and from the pole to the house,
Right.
and who covers that if the tree or something falls on that line? Is it people that have the land in between your house or where it goes to your house?
Yeah, it kind of gets wild, because it'll go through somebody else's yard to your yard and somebody else's yard even
See, I
sometimes.
replaced my mast twice because of it.
Yeah.
So,
One of the things that when we build new, we work really hard not to go through your property to your property to your property.
on that block, I think that's the only one that goes right to, it goes right to a pine tree and a maple tree and that, I call them out and they come out and trim it.
Okay.
But,
Is there something we can do to?
I don't know if you can change where you put that line or put a pole to change it or,
Could you work with Jana about an address, and we can kind of take a peek at it and see if there's something?
yeah, they've been over there, they come and trimmed it and I appreciated it. Because the wind was right over on that line again, and with all this wind we've been having.
Right. And sometimes you got good neighbors and sometimes, so if they won't cut their tree, it might be a problem too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we don't get along.
Alright.
Yeah.
His property is envelope.
Alrighty. Well, do you folks have anything else just for ISC or IMG related either? Anything we can help out at all?
Not likely, yeah.
Okay.
It seems to be pretty good.
Thanks for coming.
You guys need anything, just let us know. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We got the Henry County Sheriff's Department?
Yeah, we've got a representative.
No.
Hello.
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 This is my name, just for something to hold, I suppose. My name is Brady Pierce, I'm with the Henry County Sheriff's Department. I know some people know me, if anybody has any questions about credentials or how long to verify my information, I have no problem answering that, just don't want to waste your time with what you don't care about. I believe I have not been the contact that you guys, but you want basically the gist or sales pitch of
Basically
the
explain.
contracting with the sheriff's department versus the town marshal situation.
Correct.
Basically, what you guys have had up to this point is the town marshal. We're seeing across the state, across the country, the phasing out of the traditional town marshal into a contract with a local department. In the past, the town marshals have been local or near local people who have been invested in the community, and everybody knows it's an easy person to contact, and the communities that have that, that's an invaluable resource because nobody knows or is invested in your community like you. However, it's harder and harder for big departments that are full-time to fill our ranks. It is near impossible for all of the small departments to fill those ranks with local people. So what has filled those voids are people who come from out of town with sometimes very attractive offers of, I'll bring a car, I bring my own equipment, I'll bring reserves, and I'll bring enough people, we can work, all the shifts every day. In reality, what they're doing, and I have not seen a situation where somebody has came from out of town and put an offer like that out there that was not somebody that works. They basically take the law enforcement powers from the town. They lease the car that they've already owned and equipped for $1, $2, usually something very, very minimal, because they are using that equipment and those arrest powers, and they're going, it can be anywhere in the state, but traditionally it's the Indy area because for central Indiana, that's where the money's at. And they use that for private security. A lot of the security areas refuse to hire private firms anymore because a traditional security guard cannot do anything more than like a store employee. So if you're Pinkerton Security, any of those guys, they can't actually enforce the statutes or the laws. They can't go hands-on. So what happens is you now have, for example, 5 guys down off the circle in Indianapolis. They have law enforcement that works there. IMPD and the surrounding agencies cannot fill all of the off-duty security stuff between traffic and all the private businesses. So they contract out, and what happens when you have like a security guard is you now have a store employee and a security guard arguing with whoever the delinquent person is, and neither can enforce anything. So they use the arrest powers, so now they're a police officer via the town's powers, and they go over to Indy and make $45 to $100 an hour, depending on your chances of getting shot, usually. The super dangerous areas or private events put on by very wealthy people will pay very well sometimes. So it's very worth me buying my own old Impala, decking it out with some eBay lights, getting my uniform, and volunteering here a few months. I get my friends to come over because we all work security together. I say, hey, I need you to work 10 hours a month, but in turn, you're gonna get these arrest powers. You can go over to Indy and make in many cases, the guys doing that full-time make much more than we do actually working with law enforcement. I don't fault them for doing it. It's legal, it's available. However, what we've seen is they are oftentimes a problem to work with. They come in with their grand plan. They end up not serving the local community well. They might write a lot of tickets and be non-40. I do the position you guys are contemplating for Dunreath. My husband works for the sheriff's department, and he's we call him the town marshal for Spiceland. Spiceland being a bit bigger has more hours. I don't have a whole lot of hours per month at Dunreath, but I go to most of the town board meetings. I've gotten to know some of the people. When you have somebody from out of town, they don't know the people, they don't know the local ordinances. They might be able to get more people in for those volunteer hours, but you're not really getting much quality out of it. You guys don't need 4,000 tickets written and all the local kids harassed by the police and your local people not being helped because that's not their job. What you guys want and need from the towns I've been into, and feel free to correct me anywhere you think I've misspoke, is somebody that's gonna come in and enforce stop signs, the speeding, because of course, 40 is an issue. If you have a young person with a shiny sports car that's recently gotten their license, this was an issue I had to address, that wants to spin out all the time and just in general, you want somebody who can not just come down and wait to catch him, but see him out and go, hey, let's not do that. This is a small town. I get it. You have a nice car and it's fun. Don't do that. Don't make me stop you again, because I will and I'll write you a ticket. Problem solved. No more problems, no more complaints from that. The kids running out through town, crossing, they don't have any concept of danger. And the people cutting around the backsides of the towns or down 40, they think it's like the rest of town where everybody knows that you're a little Johnny and they'll stop for you. Well, the people coming through don't pay any attention to it. And the kids starting across don't think about it. So when I see the local kids in Dunreath, I stop and I talk to them so they know who I am. They're not scared anymore, most of them. And I let them know, okay, you can't ride your four-wheeler down the sidewalk. This is a law. You actually can't do it. Or, hey, you guys need to pay attention before you cross because these cars are going really fast. That's why I sit here and stop them all day. And I now see the same group of kids that I watched repeatedly blindly darting stop and cross the road, probably looking to see if I'm catching them as much as anything. But it was effective. When Dunreath has a problem, be it a problem they anticipate or a problem that's actually occurring and something they want to help a resident with, they don't necessarily need law enforcement involvement. They just have a question of the best way to go about things because I work for the sheriff's department and am familiar with local resources. They're oftentimes able to call or text me and I can send them the name of a resource because I'm familiar with the local stuff. And when they need somebody, somebody's getting their power shut off and they're a problem. They need a yard mowed so the utility company can get up to it, which they are working on the guys that were just in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
IMPA, that
With-
AMI.
Yeah, so you don't have to go up to the meter. Trees trimmed off the alleys, that kind of thing. Somebody that's always confrontational and just a problem for the local post office lady, that type of thing. When they need somebody, but I'm at my full-time job, they'll call or text me and I can call the road and say, hey, this is the problem. I can do a supplementary report. Will you guys go? You don't necessarily, you can call dispatch. We send somebody 24/7. But if you have something, a lot of times, if I know what the problem is, I can see who's working and who's available and go, hey, would you take care of this for me? And the guys are like, nobody wants to be the person that comes down and takes care of the nuisance problems. It's not like young guys, they want to chase criminals, and they will eagerly come if they think there's going to be a fight. They do that. But when I say, hey, the town has sent me the pictures, I have already added the incident, added the pictures, did the biggest part of the report. Can you go make contact so we can check that box and forward this case? Well, yes. It marks them busy. They don't have to take a crash or something else. And basically all of the boring paperwork's done. And because I work in the investigative division, they have now done me a favor. So next time they have a big batch of evidence, they will bring it down and I will duly help them process their evidence. So you have somebody that's, even if it's a deputy that lives out of Henry County, you don't have to supply a car, lease a car, maintain a car, no insurance, and you don't have to worry about how their training's maintained, how the equipment's maintained, because if I do something as a representative of Dunreath, they can go to Dunreath and complain, but they can go to the sheriff's department and complain, and that is my full-time job. And I don't want to lose my Dunreath gig more because I try not to go out and offend people, but I definitely don't want to lose what pays the majority of my bills. So there's some accountability there of working. You don't have to create policies. You don't have to worry about body cams, about case law, that type of thing. The only thing you really have to be concerned with is ordinances, which obviously you guys are way familiar with. I've learned a lot about ordinances working at Dunreath, more than I wanted to know. I learned that you guys had to go online. I thought I gave props to the town. I was like, that's such a fancy little setup with the little webcam. They're like, oh, we legally, we have to do that now. I was like, oh, well, it looks very nice. So, I did law enforcement in Henry County in like 3 days, 26 years. Up until April, I worked the road doing patrol, taking calls. I was an AM. I still have a K-9 assigned to me. For the last 8 months or so, I have not worked the road except the random bits. But because I retired from White Agency and have worked up the ranks through the other, I know all of the guys who work the road. And if I tell my guys, hey, one guy lives in Greenfield, and I said, hey, when you're on your way that way and you're migrating that way towards the end of shift, get as close to the line as you can, so come clock out time, you can head out of county. Then how about you linger in Dunreath and stop a few cars for me? How about, he's not a reserve for me, but I was his sergeant for a good while. So, and he does a lot of drug stuff. So again, there's the evidence trade-off. They hate doing evidence. So we know the guys. So if they did a report, one of the guys did a report in Dunreath and forgot to put an involvement in, and it was very minor, but when I read it, it didn't make sense because a piece was missing, and I was able to just call him direct and go, hey, what? He's like, it's in there, and I was like, it's definitely not. It was where a person was warned of trespass, and he said, well, dispatch said, the dispatcher said they added it in. Well, they added in the wrong person, so it didn't make any sense. But because it's all our local system, I had immediate access to that. So as soon as the town contacted me, I read the report so I would be familiar with the situation, saw that it was missing, contacted him because we worked together, and he fixed it. It was not a big deal at all, but it's something that if they get called back down there and need to enforce that trespassing order, it needs to be in there. And because we all work together, it's maybe looks more expensive or looks too expensive up front, and I'm sure you guys have a budget, so you just do what you can with that amount of money like all the rest of us. But what you're getting is a tier 1. There are different law enforcement certifications in Indiana. There is through the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy at tier 1, which means you went to what you think of as the police academy. They go for 16 weeks now. It was 12 back 100 years ago when I went. And they get the full state certified certification. They have arrest powers anywhere in the state. I can go all the way up to Kokomo and enforce things if I want to. They don't pay my salary, so unless I'm traveling through somewhere and basically witness and I'm forced to do something, I try not to do a lot for other taxpayers than I do here. But we have the knowledge and certifications to do so. My department has to maintain my defensive tactics certifications, my domestic violence training, autism. We get certified or do the training on sexual harassment, de-escalation. We are issued body cameras, body armor. The equipment in our car is not stuff that we've acquired secondhand or from the lowest bidder, usually. We have top of the line body armor. I work very closely with a body armor company. I'm intimately familiar with it, and we have top of the line body armor. We have rifles, handguns with optics. The holsters have multiple layers of security in them. The guys are well trained. So you don't have to worry about that. And in the end, if it falls through for you because a guy who borrows something, uses too much force, or he knows, yes, is it a problem for Lewisville? Yes. But the bigger problem is they're gonna name you in it, but they're going straight for the sheriff's department. So our department doesn't wanna send you a big problem because we don't want problems with the little towns because we want you guys to be taken care of because if your town marshal causes a problem, we have to come and work with them. And most of the town marshals are very pleasant to work with, but it can be very frustrating when you have somebody that comes into town and wants to play cop. And I know it doesn't sound nice, but when you work the road, you want to play cop and then you get yourself into something. And I don't mind to come save somebody, no problems with it. But I don't want to watch somebody get hurt because they're out here doing something. Like, I don't get up and mess with the power lines because one, that is very scary to me. And two, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't fake it. I will change the outlet cover, that is it. But a lot of people, because it's very easy, you can get a tier 2 certification. And a lot of people will say, well, I'm academy certified. I've been through the academy. Yes, they have. It is I don't remember how many weeks, so I don't want to say. It was 2 weeks. It might be more now. It's called tier 2. There's no physical agility requirements, and we have fat cops. We have cops that are completely out of shape and can't pass that physical anymore. But the idea is when you go through the academy, you're told you have to do these things. I have never been asked to do push-ups on a call. But what we get asked to do is do what needs done. Sometimes it's not hard. Sometimes I'm in a heated building and it's not hard at all. Some days it is very, very ugly. Some days you get shot, you have to shoot somebody, and then you spend the next couple months off work wondering if everybody's gonna think you did the right thing like you did. And I work out of a plainclothes office. I've spent the last 4 hours trying to, we have some young in here, so I want to be careful what I say, to download information off of a phone that involves improper images of very very young children. So that's not, and I have spent 4 hours today, and I spent a 4 hours, and I'm pretty sure it's user error. I'm pretty sure it's me because I'm new to it. But this is now my task. So, I would rather go out and let somebody yell at me all day long is to have to see what I know I'm going to see when I download this phone. But in those roles, we need somebody who can do that. So when you go through a lesser certification and you're not working under somebody else for guidance, we have reserves, and they go out and take calls on their own once they pass their training, but they're always under a supervisor and more experienced road guys. And so they always have a hand to hold. In a situation like this, you don't, and you can have, Caddis just had a guy that thankfully he's going to survive. He's going to be relatively okay. I'm going to guess when the weather changes, he's going to ache. But, and not to say that that was his fault, but it happens everywhere. It happens in Henry County. It happens, I've been to more funerals than I want to count. And to not be prepared for when it happens is not a burden I want on you as a town, on them as a victim, on my guys to have to respond to, because when you respond to something like that, I was shot in the line of duty, and the people who responded to that call are probably as traumatized, some of them maybe more than I was, because I had something to do and there was nothing they could do on their way to it. Obviously I was fine. It worked out well for me because the best company, the best worked really well and they send me free things. So it was all good. But it is very important that when that moment happens, you're prepared for it because it affects a lot of people. Do you guys have questions about, and I'll do my best to answer it. If it's ordinance related, I probably cannot answer it, but I will try. But as far as training and law enforcement and the departments, I'm fairly well versed. Do you have any questions?
So you would enforce the ordinances for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, what it is you guys contract with the sheriff's department
Mhm.
for us to provide a deputy to you for, Denver does 10 hours a month, Spiceland does 10 hours a week, so the gamut, it's completely up to you, whatever, and it can be flex. You can start out and see what you need. Then we are then contracted with you, so we are then able to enforce those ordinances.
And so like the 10 hours a month, you'd be able to, that's when you would do the enforcement of that? Or is that also when you do the metering of the speeding and things like that?
All of it.
All of it?
So, in my 10 hours a month at Dunry or Matt's 10 hours a week in Spiceland, he does, stops cars on 3. Also, the cars coming from Draper, of course, everybody's speeding, going to and from and running the stop signs. And he does some of that. And then he also enforces the ordinance. He does a lot of going in the summer. He goes and tells the Flying J and the other truck stops, you guys have to pick up your trash. You have to mow your grass. There's always a resident who lets their yard get this tall or lets the shrubs or trees grow over the alley and is scratching cars. I don't know what the particular issue for you guys is here, but they are everywhere I've worked, it's all roughly the same.
But you also will have, like you said earlier, like if you have a friend of yours going through here, they'll spend their last hour or two and not be part of our 10 hours?
Right.
Okay.
Right, so, when I work Dunry, probably 50% of the time, some deputy sees that I'm marked on, and because I don't work the road all the time, they will come down and hang out in Dunry because I'm down there. It means, one, if I do something, I have backup, but there's also twice the presence.
Then
This-
I'll, go ahead, I'm sorry.
The same, I know, because I said, hey, why don't you stop, instead of just ooching that way and sitting nowhere on 40, how about just sit here, particularly at this stop sign? And there's a trooper that likes to do the truck enforcement and stuff, and the town likes that he sits there. And I make sure to tell him every time I see him, you are so appreciated. You're like my, lead man. I appreciate it. Because he already likes doing that. But I want him to know, like, hey, like, high five for you. If I can bring you coffee or something, let me know. Because I want him to sit there. I don't want him in Lewisville.
So will it always be you doing the 10 hours or will it be others?
I am not specifically applying for the position.
Okay,
I was the person asked to come and speak to it because
I didn't know how that
I
worked.
did
It'll be
this-
one person though that will be dedicated to
It
the,
depends, I'm gonna guess, it depends on how many hours you guys want. Because Matt does 10 hours a week in Spiceland, and for the guys who work the road, they work 12-hour shifts. And on the week, their long week, where they work 5 12-hour shifts, you don't want, maybe I'm wrong, I'm gonna guess you don't want your hours, somebody to work between like 3 and 4 a.m. That's not the hours you want, it's not beneficial to the town. So it makes it hard, or you've got somebody that's working like 16-hour days, and we don't want that either, obviously, because they're gonna be a zombie and no good to you or us.
Yeah.
So if it's a lot of hours, you might have to have it divided up. You guys can do interviews, you can let the
When I
sheriff's
talked to
department
Matt,
post it.
if we do like the 10 hours, he's pretty sure about pretty much one person here, the same person. Vacations and stuff might be somebody different at a time.
okay,
With what we're at, what I'm proposing, that's pretty much my thing. And they also go to court for, we're trying to get town cleaned up, which we're failing drastically. They'll also serve the ordinances when we go to court, they'll go to court, and be witnesses and all that.
Yes, anything,
And you'll-
anything tickets or
Okay.
ordinances or anything that requires a court follow-up is something that we do when it's just something we have to do on all
Right.
of our stuff.
okay.
Reports, paperwork, I don't know if you guys have any particular, town paperwork that's unique to you. If so, they would need to become familiar with that. But as far as, the ordinance can be written on the, ticket system we use.
Mhm.
So other than getting the ordinances added in, if they're not, that's already in there. That's stuff they're all familiar with. Even our very newest guy is familiar with all of that basic stuff.
So say that we have an incident where we have 2 dogs fighting while someone's walking. We call 911, I take it, and they'll come down, but that won't include your 10 hours, or will that include?
No.
Okay,
If Dunrick has something happen right now, I'm on the clock for the sheriff's department, they'll call 911 and whatever deputy
please, okay,
responds, takes
Okay.
care of it. And
okay,
and then if there's some follow-up that needs to happen, when your town person comes in, they can make contact with the dog owner or
okay.
whatever. But that response from the sheriff's department's not
In the,
docked from your.
okay, thank you.
And I do a lot of, honestly, Dunry will send me a message or call me and ask me a question, and I'll upload photos or that kind of small thing. And it's
Okay.
not to complain or discredit, it's just the nature of the job. And it's not on the hour because I'm already on the clock
Okay,
doing that kind of thing, so I
Okay.
just transfer those photos. It takes very minimal time.
okay,
But I'm not gonna like walk in to go down to Dunry and add in photos, that's gonna take me 2 minutes.
okay,
I'm already sitting at my desk on my computer,
okay,
probably on the computer, adding something else in, so.
okay.
Can we designate what hours?
Yes.
One here?
Yep.
Because that's what Tom wanted, designated
Well, or
hours.
some, yeah, well, or some idea when you
Yeah.
can have.
Yeah, you can basically do with it whatever you want. You can, if you want a sign-in sheet, or you want them at the town board meetings, you don't want them at the town board meetings, you want them to chalk tires. You
Okay.
can- I always say that to guys because most of our guys have never done that. That was the most miserable task, to walk down the street.
I think the only ordinance we have about parking is right up there. What is
Well,
it?
on,
Oh.
all over, yeah.
That's not a problem.
Does anybody else out there have questions?
So, I do have a question. So, what you're proposing, I guess, is, say we're going with the 10 hours a week, or 10 hours a month thing, so.
I use the 10 hours because that's,
Yeah,
Spiceland does it a week and Dunreath does the 10 a month. That's the two numbers I'm familiar with. You can,
but,
whatever you like is good.
so the 10 hours of service, you said that may or may not be you, probably not be you, probably somebody else, is that right?
It'll probably be somebody else unless they need somebody to fill in for something.
Right.
Because I work a noon to 10 p.m. So the biggest block of hours that you would want is already filled up with my full-time job. Plus I'm a canine handler, which requires extra, and I do 10 hours at Dunreath. And every time I have a completely unmarked car, my car is a civilian car, my work car. I don't have lights, sirens, nothing. So I have to borrow a car every time I work. So
But you're more of a liaison with the Henry County Sheriff's Department. We have somebody and then you would be our liaison.
yes, I was just the person because I did a lot of public speaking and I don't mind to do it. I won't say I'm good at it, but I'm not bothered to do it. So they asked me because Matt was gonna come do it, but he is out of state visiting with his father in Florida. So he couldn't be here, and as opposed to trying, we don't one of the road guys into doing it, they just asked me if I would come up.
Okay, but that's basically because you have such close association with the road guys and you're already on staff. And that's what I was just trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
and it would be the same, so if you we 100% go help any of the town marshals all the time. Anybody that calls for help, we go. If you're the next county over, we go. But we don't have a personal association with somebody that lives in Greenwood and is coming here to work for the arrest powers. So I'm not gonna come out, some of them I don't want to hang out with, and some of them I just don't have an affiliation with. But if it's me or whoever you get, it doesn't matter who you get, they know the rest of the department.
Right.
So they can say, hey, while you're down there, check this, or hey, they're gonna know whoever's working. When I called the other night about a property damage report, I had did the biggest part of the narrative and I had already added in the photos and everything. I just needed them to go down and knock on a door and address it with the person so I could note in the report. And he did that for me. He was like, what do you got, Brandy?
But you guys would provide the car.
Yes, all of our deputies are assigned a take-home vehicle. So they will have their own, and there are only 2 of us that don't have the lights and sirens. You don't have to have it, like I can go to Dunreath for the town board meeting or to address a specific residence. I can put on my uniform and drive my car, but I can't do traffic stops because I don't have the lights because of the office I work at. There are only 2 of us that do not have the appropriate cars. So the chance of you getting somebody that does not have that has to borrow a car like me every time is pretty slim. And most of the time I steal my husband's car, so.
So then basically, we're paying your hourly wage and the county, the sheriff's department takes care of, because we've contracted with them, takes care
Yes.
of all the other.
Yes, so what they set this at is higher than our hourly rate, and then that helps cover with the,
Gas and wear and tear on the car and all the things.
yes, if there's anything job related that it requires, the computer, the scanner, the paper for it, all of that, except for if you guys have like door tags or anything particular with that mark, then
So then we would be responsible for paying whatever the hourly thing we end up with. And also the contract with the Henry County
No,
Sheriff's. or-
it is all, and I don't know how the contracts are written because I was not privy to that. For us, when we're working, we are paid X amount, and it varies. You'll have a rough idea, but it's,
So if we get a 10-hour contract, it's $450, 45
There-
hours.
there you go.
And then is there any contract we have to do with Henry County?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So what you're
It's just that
paying,
amount,
yes,
we don't have
it's-
to worry about
We're
insurance
just
costs or.
paying for your time.
yes, you're basically, you're paying over what my hourly rate is, but that basically is because you don't have to pay for, so it's one lump sum, yeah.
There is a $35 a month on top for gas, but.
Okay, see, that's the contract stuff
It'll be
that I,
$485 a month with each 10 hours. Could Could our hours be within their working hours?
no, they will not be allowed to do these hours so they can't double it.
Yeah.
They will be, when they come here, they will be assigned to here only. The only thing they would, leave town for, and it would be just a time card adjustment, is if they have a shooting or a fatality or something.
He said there was like a
Yeah.
three-alarm fire.
Yeah, then they will leave, but then they would clock, even if they don't do it in that moment, they would clock out. And I did a, slide off from, it was down towards Spiceland, but when that snow came through, very, very busy. And it was just a van that had slid off. They already had their own tow truck en route. So I just adjusted my time card so that that hour I spent with that van, it initially looked like in the login system that it was Dunreath. That was not, it was not in Dunreath, it was in Spiceland. I just did it to help the road because they had no one available and I didn't want to crash there on 3 coming into Spiceland. So I just,
So you said that sometimes they work a 5-week, 12-hour shifts?
yeah, they rotate. If you're familiar with like the prison schedule, it's a pretty standard 12-hour shift. So they'll work 12 hours, either we're 5A to 5P and 5P to 5A are the shifts we work.
Yeah.
So depending on which shift they're assigned to, they work either morning or evening, Monday, Tuesday. They have Wednesday, Thursday off, then they will work Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So that'd be Wednesday or Thursday most of the time?
Yeah.
That they do that 10-hour shift?
Yeah, that's, if it's, now, the investigators, like, I'm very privileged in the investigative division. We work 4 10-hour days, so, and my days aren't spent standing in the freezing cold anymore, that kind of thing. So I can come in before my shift and work a couple hours at Dunreath, or if need be, I can go down, we had a nighttime problem I was trying to catch somebody at, and so I went down and sat afterwards, because my shift is 2 hours shorter, and if you have an easy shift on the road, it's like an easy shift.
Or yes, it's like the Wednesday, Thursday, it's like if something happened on Monday or Tuesday, somebody else would come? The sheriff?
If something happens at any time and you need a deputy, a deputy will come.
Mhm.
That's
Even if
not the
it's just
issue.
for an ordinance?
It depends on what the ordinance is.
But yet we still have coverage 24/7 with the county. And then we can say, okay, we want you from 3 to 5, so many days to get the 10 hours a month. We can do the contract however, Yeah.
You guys can.
we're more
I
flexible
think
then
with
about,
Spiceland, they want it between, except for like when they have special town functions. I think they want it spread out no more than 2 hours at a time,
oh, yeah,
so that it covers 5 days, not one
yes,
10-hour shift.
Yeah.
in a day.
Yeah.
And, they want it between, I wanna say like noon and 10 PM or something like that. So
oh, okay,
Matt can flex when he works, but it's always within hours. And sometimes they have the Spiceland days.
yes, Freedom Days.
Freedom days, that's what it is. And so he might go during the day, like the late morning or something for those days. I don't know if you guys have a local version of Highway 40 sales.
Yeah,
Maybe you want extra patrol then.
okay.
Um,
So say that we have something special like that, would we be able to say, okay, we want to pay you for 4 hours to set it this aside from the 10? So that month you would have 14 hours? Is that something else we could?
If you guys
Okay.
want extra hours,
I think we could put something in the
And then
contract that
if
would,
you guys decide that you're doing 10 hours a month, and you go along and you go, we could really use more.
Mhm.
You guys can talk to your officer, or maybe we need less. Maybe Spiceland originally, when they started it in like September or October, they didn't do it at all through the winter.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, they actually, I think, actually, when I was investigating, they started with 10 hours originally. And then I think they kind of increased some utilities to help pay for 30 hours.
Yeah.
So they're actually growing, it sounds like.
yes, they
Interesting.
definitely have.
Good job.
Any other questions?
Anybody else got any questions?
Nick, I think they got good, yeah.
Nick, you have a quick? No, I'm good. Well, with that said, I'd like to make a motion to enter a 1-year contract with Lincoln County.
Well, don't we want to get a contract?
Well, he's got to go to commissioners after we approve.
Oh.
it, so
Oh, okay,
Sign it next month. Still.
okay. I didn't
We have to put
understand.
in Is that when we say how many hours?
If we want to do that, then I'll have him start, when he gets back to Florida, he'll start putting it together, I'll get it to him.
So you made a motion.
To enter a contract with Henry County Sheriff's Department.
I will
2026.
leave you guys my business.
Okay,
And I got this information too.
It's got my cell phone on the back.
So. Okay.
If you have
That's it.
any questions this week, feel free to contact me. I'll do what I can to get an answer. Matt will be back. He comes back Saturday. I have to go to the airport at midnight.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I had to get up at 3:30 yesterday morning to drop him off.
So is Matt your husband?
Yes,
Okay.
you did a great job, Mandy.
thank you.
Good job.
Thanks to K-9, I did a lot of public speaking, so.
Well, thank you for your time, I appreciate it.
Very informative. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's a motion on the floor.
I'll second it.
What would you propose?
I thought you had a question.
I propose we just do 10 hours, start out. We can put in flex in it if we want.
But right now, you're just making a motion to
Enter a contract.
enter a contract, and then we'll work out the deals. So we don't need to say the 10 hours or anything. We're just going to enter into,
It'll take- We need to get this going so we can get the rest of it going by January. He's got to put it in front of the commissioners.
Thank you, guys.
okay, thank you.
Shouldn't be an issue, we just,
Okay,
we gotta get going if we're gonna get it in there by February.
So we wouldn't have any in February?
It might take that long, but I need someone to tell you right now.
And we need to talk to Jeffrey. We need to make an appointment with him to,
Well, I mean, we spent,
If we don't do that today, we sure won't get it.
okay. So that's about what, 6
10
hours?
hours is about half one. We did 20, it'd be about the same on my calculation. I said we start at 10 and just put in that flex clause. And we would add 4 hours, we do 10 hours. We can change any time we want. They're not gonna turn that one around. I'm just trying to go on the low end so we can get used to it.
I mean, my concern always was the liability that the town had.
That's fine too.
speak up so they can hear you
I
guys.
said, my concern was always the liability that the town was under.
So this would change it to
This was,
the,
that's theirs.
that's the county's.
We don't have to have insurance, we don't have to do none of that. If they act up or do something wrong, the sheriff has to do it. That way, any board member in the future has nothing to worry about.
Can I ask a question? How much a month did Ron make?
$500
So we're about $15 a month.
for 50 hours.
For 50 hours?
But we spent about $12,000 a year by the time,
The last year we did.
With the insurance and all that stuff.
yeah.
And the upkeep of the car. And the worst part of that was, the reserves, with the gas that they use. That was part of that too. So,
Well, we came pretty close to getting sued a couple of times.
yeah,
Some reserve issues too, so.
yeah, with the body cameras and stuff, yeah.
If you call for, I'll second that motion. Let's see what happens in a year and maybe we need to go in that direction, but.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, we enter a contract with the Henry County Sheriff's Department for, enter a contract for
No more than 1 year.
police coverage. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign? Okay.
You're next.
Park, my favorite one.
Yeah.
You're always a total joy.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and park committee.
Park committee, we have pancakes with Santa here December 6th. I don't think there's any little kids in here, is
Yeah.
Chloe.
Okay.
And Wayland's on the
Wayland's
floor.
over there.
there? Okay.
Hi.
Well, we just want to thank Rick McCauley for what they came to the brick for that day. We didn't have a lot of kids, but I tell you what, the kids that come were so cute. Weren't they? They were so precious. We had a really good time. And we had good food. And on December 17th, I met Luke Raines from the Department of Natural Resources for a site visit at the Lewisville Park for a kayak launch. This is the second time we've done this, but it was kind of like the first time we did it. So we looked at two sites. One site is, if you remember, the town sold IDOT 1/10 of an acre to have
Bridge.
area to work on the bridge. So we looked at that area, and that's pretty close to the bridge. If anybody knows where that big stump is, it's just a little bit north of that. It's a great place to put in, because I've put in there before. And what's good about that is, Department of Natural Resources can get with IDOT and lease it from them or whatever, because it's all state. So Luke wanted a description of that area, and he's gonna talk to IDOT about that. So Jan
He's
found the description,
Yeah.
emailed it to him, got it to him somehow. So anyway, then the other area is just a little bit farther, north. And it's like when you're going, south of the basketball courts, that drive, it'd be straight out there. So the only good point about that would be the road could come right off that road by the basketball court. The other one wouldn't be as easy, but they pay for the road. And all this stuff, all the kayak launch, the parking lot, the road to the parking lot is all paid with fishing and hunting license, which I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
So it's just the first step. The only thing I want to ask the park, or the town council is, if we do the area that's closest to the basketball court, which is not IDOT's, that you would have it surveyed. Because if you have it surveyed, that'll speed the project up. And it'll probably be about $1,500, because if they go through the state, anybody knows anything about the state, they work really slow. So it'd be a long time if the state comes out and surveys. But this other might work out. And if it works out, Luke said that'd be a lot faster.
Oh, we wouldn't have to pay for a survey if they choose the first location.
No, we wouldn't have to pay for a survey if they did go with the IDOT, 1/10 of an acre. So, but we're not there yet, so.
But I would think if they're gonna build a parking lot on the road, they'd still have to have some land from us.
I know, yeah, because it don't go all the way up to, yeah. I know, but he didn't say that, and I didn't understand that either. Well, maybe he just wanted to look at the description first.
What did we pay for when we had the fire station surveyed from the,
Probably about $1,500.
I think it was
I
closer
think it's
to,
12, so
was
Oh,
it,
12.
yes, it was 12.
okay.
I think.
Yeah, it was around that.
That's what I remember.
Well, do you need a motion from us just to take, I mean, whichever site, as far as I'm concerned, whichever site you
Yeah.
guys chooses, and if we have to give you
Yeah,
a right of way,
right.
we ought to be able to give them an easement, the right of way, and we still own that land, I would think, but they might want to own it.
No, well, he said lease, is what he kept saying, when lease.
Oh, they'll give us the money?
And Tom,
No, I don't think they're
will
gonna
the
give
county
us money.
surveyor do that for us for free?
We could ask, but I,
You can ask Steve Russ, you know, he's from this area.
he might, we could ask.
Yeah, that's true.
You just let us know which side.
Okay, well, we'll just,
I mean, that's just me, I
yeah,
think
we
we're-
can wait.
I'm for it, so yeah,
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good thing.
I think it'd be a great great asset to the park.
So when, do you need us to go ahead and say, yes, we'll do the survey
Well, it'd
now?
probably be good, so then.
So we
just
need
have-
them.
Yeah.
a
just make
motion.
That you'll have whatever land we need surveyed, because we might have to have some of that surveyed. That if it goes in the IDOT property, we still might have to have some of it.
I would think that the second choice would probably be better if they're gonna build a parking lot on a road, then we can just go. You know,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we'll provide a survey if needed,
Okay.
not to exceed $2,000.
I'm sure we get it done. Maybe we can get it done free.
I'll second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded, we'll go ahead and pay for a survey for the boat launch, right?
Kayak boat.
And I'll ask Steve Russ.
Same thing.
Okay, all, been moved and seconded,
I hope they're not gonna put a speedboat in
we'll
there.
pay that, survey. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passed.
Park committee's not meeting this month, we're gonna meet in January.
I have something.
Taking a month off, yes.
Adam, he didn't stay, but they had at the lodge, they had a Santa, and it was, I think they did it on Monday night, and he had mentioned maybe the park and the lodge going together, and maybe more people would come and work together. Maybe he hasn't talked to the lodge yet, but I wanted to let you know because of what they were thinking, and the park board could kind of be aware that, okay, we may. So anyway,
That'd be fine.
okay.
I like working together.
Yep.
That's all I have.
Easier on Santa too at this time of the year.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
busy.
Santa, I know.
I tell you
We
what,
gotta
Rick
get
was
him.
a great Santa.
Got a little warm.
Oh, excuse me, yeah.
Got a little warm.
Okay, public works report,
Not later.
when, not here.
I don't know. He's not.
He
But I mean, I didn't hear from him.
called me.
Oh,
He had
okay.
a emergency or something come up. You know, some kind of emergency. I'll say read the waste district. You got any kind of report from them?
Nope.
Okay.
Let me ask a question. Did you guys talk about that truck?
Yeah,
Should that be in the works program, or was that new?
well, I
business?
mean, do we have the funds? 'Cause
I don't know.
I think we need it.
Did you see
The
that?
bucket truck that you said,
I mean, we still have that money from the
I know.
barn. It's 26.
About 16.
No, it's 20.
I got about it, he says
Six.
diesel, so it had air brakes.
Do we need it that big? That was my question.
When you got a budget and it fits the budget, I mean,
Well, I guess we'll fit them on.
Yeah, he said it would.
I drove by and looked at them, they're not big. I think.
26.5.
Do we get-
26.5.
It's a 2014.
26.5, I remember.
But it's a Freightliner with Cummins in it.
You
So
tell
since it's
me.
got a diesel in it, it's probably got air brakes. Now, where does that leave us on CDL?
I don't
Because
know.
if it's got air brakes, you gotta have a CDL, unless the municipalities have some kind of exemption.
See, you know that stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
Most, I know, like, pharmacy, you say within 100 miles of your address.
Well,
I don't know if that's the same for the.
yeah, that's for long.
Let's check that.
But yeah, if it's got air brakes, is it gonna have to have a CDL?
Okay.
Municipalities may have an exemption too.
Let's show it till next month. We need to know what air brakes and what else you know. Anything else we need to know?
The air brake should be the one that would determine if it has to have a CDL.
Trying to see
Okay.
if I can see the air tank over there.
And if municipalities are exempt,
I can't even find it.
it's under the group text.
Yeah.
You know what I'm not seeing? Where they put it right here.
We are looking at the truck that they have sorry, I just butted in. A pole truck that they're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Waylon had, Mo had given us a price on that, and they're seeing if it has air brakes and what we have to do with the CDL.
You have to have CDL.
Well, does a municipality? That's what Richard was saying.
You
That's,
still have to have CDL.
we're gonna check into it.
Pole truck, you talking about the telephone poles?
No, a lift so we can.
Lift.
do
Bucket
that.
truck. Sorry.
Okay.
You can get some cherries that are going up there.
Yeah.
Apples, oranges.
Oh, yeah, it's not even legal, because, holes were drilled in the bucket. Yep, and it doesn't work. You can't get the part for the hydraulic and all that stuff. Yep,
And he said it did pass the electrical certification in May, wasn't it?
yes,
This is a former Duke.
yes, Duke truck.
So I'll get that. If you think of anything else, let me know.
If that's the case, they need to find us a gasoline truck. Who's
I
gonna
don't, like I
check
said, if
He's going to,
it's probably got air
Right.
brakes, but.
you're gonna check on the
I
air
don't know if
brakes
we- Yeah,
and the CDL?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
and there may be an exclusion for municipality.
Yeah.
You know, since he's not gonna be, it's not like it's a highway truck that he's gonna be running all the time.
Where would you, who would you check with on that?
Todd Wallace.
I'll stop by.
But we're done with
Oh.
me sitting there.
I drive by every day and wave at him. I'll pull in and ask him.
Well, I don't know if you guys
He's sitting there
know,
all the time.
we've had some
sorry.
extra strict police.
Question for that. Something else I was worried on, the state police coming here and sitting.
Oh, yes,
But, one of the reasons why they do it better is they have access to the restrooms. I'll just put it that way.
oh,
Could they have access here for restrooms?
when I'm open, yeah.
Or
Well, I think they give them a key and done with it, and that what you said.
Oh, okay,
that's what I'm asking.
that's up to you guys.
We've been having them in town for lunch, if you've noticed,
Yes,
which more police presence.
So something, let me.
Okay.
well, you can make a motion now if you guys are okay with him coming in and using the restrooms when I'm not here, if I give him a key. I mean, that's up to you guys.
I mean, your office is still locked, it could just be.
Yes,
this part.
exactly. So,
Don, they used to come all the time, remember?
oh, yeah. So
I'll let somebody make a motion.
I think just go ahead if that's what you want to do. What do you think? Okay,
How do we do, well, how do we do that?
How you get one?
Is it one police officer or we give them the,
Just be one.
okay.
Just be one off. One key, we're not gonna give him
Well,
five different keys.
I know if you got six.
Yeah,
I gotta find somebody, but that gives me some
Okay,
some
I'll make a
leverage
motion,
to give them, and they maybe wanted to do it. Second.
I'll make you a motion if they want
They
to
get
come
a
here in
key.
town and set, we'll give them a key to use the bathroom. We won't limit their toilet
Do that
paper
or not
use.
put a porta potty out.
But they probably like, I mean, they have a lot of stuff. Can you imagine them going to the bathrooms and kind of doing all that?
All right, good move, second, we allow it.
Go to the shelter house, keep
It changes weekly.
all the changes.
Yeah, Deborah changes it weekly, so no one else can use it the next week. She's real good about taking care of it.
It's been moved and seconded that we allow the officer that is assigned to us, have a key to have access to the restrooms here at the Brick. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passed. Okay, the next, we'll do this ordinance.
Which one's that?
I don't- you just need to-
1725.
Yeah, and when you get ready, you can make a motion, and then we will say it's effective as January 1, and then I'll have the ordinance at the January meeting to sign.
Okay.
Okay?
So we have to do read it, vote on it, suspend the rules, do all
Yeah.
that stuff too,
In January.
in January.
Yeah, tonight, you're just gonna set the wages.
No.
This is a removal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is removal.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Wrong ordinance. No, go, you want to explain it, Richard?
Withdrawal positions from the Indiana Public Retirement System.
You want,
Whereas the town of Lewisville is a participating unit in the Indiana Public Retirement System designated as Unit 1703000, and whereas the town council has determined in its best interest the town to withdraw certain positions from participation in INPRS.
and that's the main thing. Certain
Indiana
positions.
Public Retirement Services.
And INPRS requires a written request and supporting documentation from the governing body of the town to initiate the withdrawal process. And the town council has reviewed the census verification report provided by INPRS and wishes to proceed with the withdrawal positions as outlined therein. Now therefore be it ordained by the town council of the town of Lewisville, Indiana as follows. Authorization of withdrawal, the town council hereby authorizes the withdrawal of designated positions from INPRS for Unit 1703000 as identified in the census verification report attached hereto and incorporated by reference. Submission to INPRS, the clerk treasurer is directed to complete and return the census verification report to INPRS along with a certified copy of this ordinance to formally request withdrawal of the positions. Effective date, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication as required by law. Passed and adopted by the town council of the town of Lewisville, the 17th day of December 2025.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I have a question.
No, go ahead with the question.
So, this position we have, are we paying into that with nobody?
No, that they.
It's not costing us anything.
No, what had happened was the lady that takes care of ours, she called and says, do you have this person employed in that position? I said, no. And it's they called it the utility clerk is what they called it. Well, I don't have one. And she said, well, you need to take it off of there because it comes up on their computer every month that I'm not paying for that person.
So it's not.
And there is no person to
Even
pay
though
it.
you don't have a name in that position,
Right.
And we're not.
but you have that position on the retirement thing.
Yes.
So they're wanting to know why you're not paying the retirement.
Exactly,
for that position.
exactly. Yes, thank you.
So we got to remove that position so that they
Yes.
quit asking questions all the time.
Yeah, and thinking I owe them money.
And then if we ever get a utility clerk, we'd have to go back and petition that.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm
There's
not.
one.
I'll make a
No.
motion to approve the ordinance.
Nobody.
You taking questions?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, does anybody have a question before we, I'll second it.
Okay. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 121725.
So we have to read that twice.
No, you're fine. Do this one.
Do the next one, do read
And
by
then,
title only. Don't we have to have a motion to read by
yes.
title only?
Now you need a motion to read by title only.
I'll make a motion to read by title only.
Let me, hang on a minute. Title only. Crazy. Okay, go ahead. Motion to read it by title only.
Read by title.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we do second reading by title only. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries.
Did we vote for the first reading?
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You didn't?
I don't think.
Okay, well, let's do it
I don't think
again.
we did we?
I thought we did, but let's do it again.
Okay, so we gotta pass, so we have to make a motion to pass it on first reading.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think
Okay,
we,
then the
I don't
second
think we
reading.
did that.
Okay.
I made a motion, but we didn't vote on it.
Okay.
We just got that over. All right. Entertain a motion to pass on first reading.
I'll make a motion to pass on the first reading.
I'll second that one.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we pass it on first reading. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passed.
We've done second.
Now, we gotta read it by title only, second reading, right?
We passed that one already. We
Yeah.
had to do it 3 times, right?
We're just out of order.
This is so crazy.
We did second before we did first, but we did it legally.
Yeah.
Anyway, now this is third reading.
No, second reading by title only. There's no third reading.
Yeah, just second.
That's it.
Okay,
Pass on
then we
first
done,
reading.
we done it then.
No,
No, he's gotta read it now.
read it
We
By
did.
title
title
only.
only.
Okay, this is ordinance number 121725.
That's not right.
Ordinance,
Huh?
Did you just say it wasn't right?
We voted on second reading first, and then I said, should we have passed it on first reading? So we've already voted in title only.
Yeah, on title only,
Yes,
not
I
the
just
second.
Go ahead. These votes are free, it don't
there's a
matter.
reason Greg always had to walk us through this every time he said, now do this.
Yeah, I know. Well, we
That's just
so-
nuts. Okay, so we read it by title only, voted first reading, so now we pass it.
No, suspend the rules.
No.
A motion to suspend
Make
the
a motion to
rules.
Suspend the rules.
So then you can make a motion to pass it on second reading. Second reading.
I'll
It
make
may
a
be the third
motion to
one.
Suspend the rules.
Yeah. I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded, we suspend the rules. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, so we passed, suspend the rules. Now, second reading and it's enacted, correct? Vote passed again, or we're done?
Whatever.
Second.
I'm done talking.
We gotta get these rules
You're ready to
down.
read.
I know what they, anyway, never mind.
Okay, this is ordinance number 121725. So need a motion to pass, right?
I'll make that motion.
Well, second. Then moved and seconded that we passed ordinance number 121725. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Hallelujah.
Opposed? This-
That's-
Jerry, you didn't say anything. Were we doing it right or
Well,
wrong?
you're doing it right, but did you suspend the old ordinance?
No, this amends it. It says amends.
And then,
Uh-huh,
okay, I didn't hear
yeah,
that.
We'll never get that 10 minutes of our lifetime.
no.
You gotta amend the old ordinance, and then make it new ordinance.
All right, so we got that ordinance passed.
We don't have to read it on 3 readings, right?
No, 2 readings.
I thought it was third reading. Anyway,
Well,
Mr.
go home and ask Sue. I don't know.
Okay.
we did that.
Okay, oh, we got, oh, I did get that. Oh, it's done. The first one, all right.
And I don't understand. Did you go to a meeting?
This is all.
Yeah. Salary ordinance.
Or where's that?
Yes, you guys should have a copy of the old one.
at? Oh, that's what-
Okay. By one make any adjustments?
Billing and utility clerk.
Yeah, we need one.
I need another retirement. I'll be
But they don't get perp,
I don't know, I have to check. That's what we just, not now.
no?
Because we
Yeah,
just passed
We
it.
just got rid of it.
Yeah,
that-
so
that would
don't
take
get
it
perp.
off.
Then we'd have to redo it all over again.
well, you do need a part-time person.
I know.
Are you having trouble getting anybody at that wage or?
I just can't get anybody.
Period.
Because I don't know what it is, if they, I don't know if it's enough hours or they don't want to, I don't know. But I've asked for. And $13 an hour.
For how many hours?
Well, I was gonna try to make it to where people could have more hours than, so I was thinking, the first 2 weeks, 20 hours.
Well,
of the
this
month.
says not to exceed 30 hours per week payable by month.
Per week?
Yeah,
So it's
30 hours.
30 hours per week.
That was the old one.
well, that's what I mean,
I know,
That's the one
That's
that's still
just-
operating on, isn't it?
yeah. But I've never used someone 30 hours a week. Never. That was back before my time.
Well, I was just saying you can't get more than that.
Yeah,
And there's probably times you probably would use them, maybe 30 hours 1 week or something.
No.
Or not.
no,
Okay.
Nope.
Well, it's in there.
yep,
What's the
I
pay?
ain't changing it.
$13 an hour. Unless they change it. We don't even have one, but
You need a motion to approve this.
yeah, if you're leaving it the same, yeah.
I got no reason to change anything, but I'll make a motion to approve this. Ordinance
Just leave it the way it is.
No raises then.
2025.
well.
You realize that, no raises then.
So,
Because that is this what we're getting paid now. I just want to make sure you understood that. Because you had said something about a 3% raise in June.
This time of year, man.
I mean, Wayland's getting 24.25 an hour.
Yes.
Part of that is he was supposed to get his water.
Well,
So,
Yeah,
not, yeah, you.
he was supposed to get $25 an hour if he finished his schooling and got certified.
right. And it was an adjusted up to that while he was going.
And his last adjustment was at $20.25, and then he didn't finish.
And he didn't finish.
But we gave him a $4 raise
Right.
in June.
Basically.
Is this the only time of year you do
Mhm. You can do it we did it in the middle of the year,
it?
last
We
year,
do it in the middle of the year, we can, right?
but it's really better if you do it at the end of the year, for the whole year. So, I
We
mean,
do this in executive session. No.
No.
I want to ask a question. but I don't embarrass it.
If we're gonna stay, if you wanna do it this time of year every year, I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion for the clerk and the public works guy, 3%. Council, nothing.
Do we have any idea what that is in money?
That would be
You said
different for each one.
mine's 32.5, I think.
Yeah, depends where they make it. I think 24. This way.
And Wayland is $20.25.
If we were to get
That would
it,
be for the whole year, not as you can say, yes. That's good.
can they afford it? That's my concern.
It'd have to come out of water and electric. Yeah, that's an awful lot for me. It's like $4,000 a year. That's like,
What? 3%.
yeah, isn't that right? Out of 32.5? No, I did that wrong. Huh?
That's wrong.
Okay, what did I do wrong? 32.5
Huh? How much? $32?
times 3%. Oh, 970. Oh, that makes me feel better. I was like, no.
Is Randy be happy?
He didn't get my money. I'm stingy.
So I made the motion.
For the
We
maintenance,
just did this one in June.
But we won't do it again, and we'll have it again this time next year.
That's fine.
Can I ask what you made a motion on, Ben?
Made a motion, 3% for the clerk and the maintenance works, 3% raise for 2026.
I'll second that, but I wish we could find somebody so we're open on Fridays.
Hmm.
During that 15-day period. Because I've had some comments raised, so.
Put a motion
Yep.
on or put a motion up, then we close it.
Casey made a motion to give her 3%, starting January 1st. And Wayland, 3%.
How about the part-time guy?
I didn't make that motion.
I just asked,
I'm just answering.
because
Yeah, Jimmy.
what?
She just wanted to know who you were talking about.
Yeah. So did I second that?
It's up to you, I can't tell you what to do.
I can't remember.
Just do it again, then just do it again.
First reading or second reading?
So agitating.
Oh, my God.
Well, this is an ordinance.
So that's,
I did.
Oh, you thought you didn't.
So you got a second.
so that puts him at about 25 now. Give him 3%. Is that doable?
Yeah, it'll come out of the water and electric. MVH has,
NVH pays some of his. doesn't it?
yeah, and it can't pay any more than what it is right now. So that 3% will come out of the water and electric.
Where's yours gonna come from?
Depends on, it'll probably have to come out of water and electric, that $1,000.
So that's doable.
Yeah,
Okay.
on,
I second.
Did you say it?
Yeah.
All right.
But this is an ordinance, we have to read it, we have to go. on it.
well, I haven't typed it up yet. So that's what I said, let's pass it, so I know what the numbers to put in, and then in
Do it
January, can we pass the ordinance there?
Okay, that's fine.
And that we're gonna make the motion to say that it's effective as of January 1.
Then you get it all typed up and get it all done.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we give the clerk and maintenance guy 3%. Effective January 1st. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay. Motion carries.
One more to go.
Oh, my goodness.
None of this DNR ordinance. Basically, all you gotta do is get a copy of this sent into him, right?
Yeah, and he already has the copy, we just have to sign the signage page that I have.
Okay.
So we just need to,
Well, wait a minute, I have a question.
Yeah.
This says we had a meeting and we drafted a update floodplain ordinance. I have not read it.
Mhm.
Is that what this is?
I don't wanna do anything that's gonna cause anybody in town
mhm.
any trouble.
So DNR made this?
Well, it says they
Tom.
met with us.
With Tom Green, not with us. Because they did not meet with
Well, that's
us.
what I thought.
So, and when Doug sent me the emails, he said Tom Green had all the information. So I called Tom and he sent me this. So I really think you ought to look it over.
Yeah.
And because we don't have to do it until
It's gotta be
January
January
20th.
26th. Yeah, it's gotta be,
Because it says that you're determining your community's effectiveness in floodplain management
Mhm.
and to assist with the implementation of a natural floodplain insurance program. Well, that's when they come in and say, Mr. Weber, your backyard's now on the floodplain.
I know,
And you
yeah.
gotta buy flood insurance.
Yep.
I think we ought to read it before.
My property is in a floodplain already. There on Market Street.
And I've never seen the water be a problem.
I've seen it get pretty close.
Yeah, I've seen it to the door, and I've seen it
Mine used to be.
Is there a back row for this?
The house.
Yeah. Well, it's
They came
like
back later and said I wasn't.
that property where Mr. Weber, David's house. The back part's in
We're
the
gonna table
floodplain,
this,
the front part's not.
Talk about it
So
next month.
if they moved
Yes.
it, then that makes that lot unusable. So I just think,
Two thousand, which property?
where David Deal's house
Oh,
is
yeah,
at,
yeah.
because there is
Yeah, I'm not
some,
surprised about it, yeah.
well, there is somebody interested in buying that to build on, so we want to be careful that we don't.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
All right.
So who's going to be responsible? I'll find out about it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm doing the truck, you do that.
Okay.
That looks like great time.
Okay. Henry County Humane Society.
Yeah, their contract is up in January. The money is already appropriated into the budget, but if, that's, and the price has not changed. And I gave you copies, didn't I?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Tell us what the, how much is.
It's 1,500 and, hang on, 87.
What do I get for that?
$1,580.
What do we get for that?
Well, I bet if we'd have
They won't even
called,
come down here.
I bet if we'd have called
What they done, they
on Mike's
they won't go in.
attached.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, we don't know, we don't call.
It's an agreement. It's not an ordinance. It says it's considered mutual covenant and conditions set forth. The term of the agreement shall commence, January to December, unless early termination as provided in section 6 of this agreement. The society reserves the right to negotiate the amount of the agreement 6 months prior to the end of the contract. And I've had this since summer, and every time I brought it up, we've tabled it. So, and I kind of forgot about it, to be honest.
Does it say what they do for $1,500?
That's what I'm looking for. Talks about
They
late
used to come in
payments.
and sign in every month. When they come
They-
into town.
I know they did. And they,
But you call them now, they won't come. They won't come and pick up the cats. They won't do it. They won't come and pick up dogs. They won't do that.
Yeah, you gotta take them up there, don't you?
Oh, you gotta take them up there. So
And
why
then
are
they
we
may not
paying
take
them
them.
not to come?
here are the services for the town.
Something we agree on.
Exclusively and completely maintain and operate the shelter, including the provision of all necessary equipment, personnel, in a manner which shall enable it to fully provide the animal control service set forth. Employ a shelter manager and any other persons necessary to effectively operate the shelter. Employ a control officer for the same, to provide, maintain, and equip the vehicle to serve the town's animal control needs. Impound, maintain, and dispose of stray domestic animals deemed detrimental to the health and welfare of the town, including pickup and disposal of dead animals, pickup, care, and disposal of sick or injured animals, and pickup, maintenance, and disposal of stray animals. They will, but like you said, they won't pick them up unless you have a live trap. And
Do they provide the trap?
they will provide the trap, but they will, like, we have some stray cats we're trying to get now. This weather, they will not let us have it unless we have an enclosed place to put the trap where the cats can get to, like on our porch or something. But when it was freezing cold, they would not let us borrow it. You have to have because we had some, we were gonna put a trap by a pole, and they wouldn't allow us to do that because the cats would be out in the weather, and it was supposed to rain for the next 3 days, and they would not allow us to do that.
It's just not human.
Not humane, yeah. Conduct a program of education to further the humane treatment of animals, enforce and abide by all laws, regulations, and ordinance of the state and the town for the control and protection of animals. Patrol town when called upon for animal control services, and provide town with written notice of such patrol. And I've never called them, but to patrol. Provide town in writing of all animal control calls responded to, including address, nature, and complaints. Then, part 4, the town hereby authorizes the society, its agents, and employees to enforce all of the existing ordinance, laws, and regulations, and those of the state of Indiana pertaining to animals within the preview of this agreement. The society and the town there agrees and employees, agents, and employees shall extend full mutual cooperation in the enforcement of such ordinance, law, and regulation. Part 5. The society shall retain all contractual payments, donations, and other monies it receives from any source, and the town shall not be entitled to credit for any such receipt. Such money shall include any adoption fees, boarding, impoundment fees, which a society may charge an owner for any animal which has been impounded in the shelter. Any boarding fees shall not exceed those charges by local veterinarians. Any impoundment fee shall be reasonable, related to the cost of record keeping and care incurred thereby. The town shall not be liable for any expenses incurred by the society in its operation of the shelter and performance of its other obligations set forth. And it's just, then there's just talks about the termination. You can do it within 6 months. And that's it.
Did you say you called, they wouldn't come?
No, they won't come for stray cats. They won't come for stray dogs unless they're
Contained.
unless they're contained.
Yep.
And
Trap it.
Yeah, that's the live traps. That's,
this started during COVID. They quit doing it.
Well, I was on a property here in town last year where there was a live trap set,
Yeah.
and the cat was in the trap dead.
Yeah.
Which,
oh,
you know, so that's one reason, that cat starved to death.
Wow.
So,
My neighbor has 13 cats in their house.
well, and outside too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when
Now,
you,
those 2 yellow cats, they are fixed. Make
Okay.
sure that.
when you call about barking dogs and things, they just tell you to make note of it, and if it continues, to call them back, and then they do a welfare check, and then,
When did he sneak in?
Huh?
When did he sneak in?
a while ago.
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
First motion or second motion?
we also have an ordinance.
Huh?
I think we have an ordinance about barking dogs, so that might be something that the county could come and take care
I've not had to call for a long time, so
of.
I
Okay,
don't think that's an issue.
but
I
it's
have bigger
something,
issues.
yeah, we know.
Do you have any records of how many times they've been out to collect live trap? I mean, do we know if we're getting anything
no.
for $1,580 a month?
Not for a long time, and like you said, when COVID came, they kind of didn't keep coming around.
They'd come in, they'd sign in that they were in town.
You think
They were supposed to do that once a month.
You think they want our money to come to these
Then
meetings?
they quit coming. Then you call them and.
I bet if we don't renew their contract. we will.
Don't it? Well, they come talk to us.
Yeah. Well, and I think it wouldn't be unheard of to call up there and ask them for a report when they were here last and what they did. It says in there, they give them.
They used
How
to.
many times, how many pickups they've done? I mean,
We want a 2025 report.
That's a good idea.
right, yeah. Because there's no kill filter.
So I make a motion, we table this until
Yeah.
you get a report back from the Humane Society.
Okay, I'm trying to find where my notes are.
Second.
Okay, move a second, we table this till we get a report back on their recent calls and responses down here. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. So we can see what they can get.
Is that it?
We haven't asked them yet.
Well, wait a minute, I got one other thing. The car down here on Market, the Camaro, that
Yeah,
somebody
It's
called and had
tagged.
it
Should
tagged.
we,
Well, but I also,
it's not
you
picked
know,
up
it's been
yet?
there 3 months.
Yeah, it has been there.
but it hasn't been tagged for 3 months.
No, but
Oh,
it's been sitting there.
I know.
I just assumed it was Lawrence.
No,
And so,
Is that the one on the other side of Funeral Home?
yeah, that's Camaro. So I called the Hancock County Sheriff to see, they're concerned why it was sitting there for 3 months. They were gonna try to contact them.
Is it played in Hancock County?
Yeah, but they're expired.
There was one
But you
sitting
called
down here
Matt,
over the
right?
weekend. I was gonna call yesterday, and it was gone when I came home.
they'll pick it up.
You're talking about that like Crown.
Probably stolen.
On
What
Williams,
I
South
think.
Williams.
Well, somebody
Yes.
called the Henry County Sheriff and they said it
I thought
wasn't
so
stolen.
too, but that's not the
It
case.
wasn't one.
Henry County Sheriff says it wasn't, it's not stolen, and they tagged it for towing. But I thought we should probably find out
Yeah.
why make them spend money. And
So they did come down and run and wait on it anyway.
yeah, I know Sheriff in Hancock County's trying
It's
to.
got an
find it.
orange tag on it.
I was always thought that if they were sitting on the street with expired plates, they could pick it up right away.
Oh, yeah.
Can.
If you wanna have, I don't know
Load it. You'll get somebody's attention.
Is the truck still?
who, I
No,
don't
it was
know.
gone when I came home.
I don't know, well, it's been there 3 months.
Hey, don't haul it off.
It's a nice car.
Yeah, it is. I like that.
If they want to keep it, they'll come get it.
You know, did somebody park it here to meet a friend and they took off and went someplace and got killed in a wreck or something? I mean, you got a haircut, right?
Yeah, they're,
Do we know who it belongs to?
Yeah,
Should
wait a
the
minute,
police come and
yeah.
look at the VIN number and
They-
look it
they
up?
did,
and contact
they
the person?
did. They
Belongs
did. They're
to-
working
Tell
on
them
it.
you got 2 days to get rid of the car, that's gonna be
That's
tough.
all been done.
It's all been taken
You
care
can
of.
tow it.
Okay.
It's not our responsibility to tow
Waiting
it,
on
it's
the tow
theirs.
truck to show up as we speak. Yeah, might be going right now.
Impala.
He is coming tonight. Oh, I'm glad you said that, because I gotta put the key out there. Yes, he's coming tonight to pick that up. It's been paid for. He said it could be midnight, 1 o'clock, so just so everybody's aware.
They say
If you
midnight,
see-
1 o'clock?
Yes, that's what he said.
I'll be up.
And the name of the company is Division or
And
something.
for Mike's information, your lumber will be delivered between 6 and 10 a.m.
Up in the barn.
next week at the marsh. That's why-
They're gonna deliver it?
And the flat tire.
Wayland's already ordered it up.
You better be there, because I'll be at work.
You need to ask, because I think some of them have some
That's
questions.
Anybody, somebody else got something else they need to bring up?
I knew you did.
Yes.
I need some clarification on who's responsible for clearing the sidewalks in downtown.
Technically,
Yeah,
property owners.
okay. So then what can be done when they don't? I mean, the post office does a great job.
I did that.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
Jet does pretty good, but the superintendent's office was terrible. I know. I mean, I'm parking and having to walk through that to get to the post office.
Well, it's kind of hard for us to complain about them when we did a lousy job on our own. When I say our own, I mean the towns. But I have no problem with sending a note to the,
Superintendent.
well, the property, owner. Maybe it ought to go to everybody, so you're not picking on it.
Yeah.
That it's.
Well, the
their-
two women were out there trying to shovel it that one day.
Who?
Two of the women that work in the administration office.
I think our maintenance man should clean our business streets here in Denton.
I don't disagree, but I think we need to buy a snowblower and do that.
I
We
thought,
had one at one time.
no, the snowboard I used last year is mine, and it was behind everything I had, so I've got it.
I call it right now.
I was hoping that piece of equipment we bought,
Yeah.
it's too heavy to tell me that, on the sidewalks.
Oh, yeah, that skid loader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, and then that would help with the part between the rails.
Well,
Yeah.
if we don't use the money for the shelter, then.
There's
the snowblower will be
$1,500.
less than $1,000.
And it's also
I
for
just bought
myself.
one for $579. Nice one.
Electric star,
Electric start,
see,
We're at,
Tractor Supply.
But they you only use
probably
it
out of.
once every 7 years.
If I buy it, it never snows the rest of my life, I'm okay with that.
It was worth the $575,
I'll
right?
take every penny.
Yeah.
I will even store it in my garage, it makes it that easy.
So you wanna make, well, and I think we need to have a conversation with our maintenance people.
Maybe we
Yes.
get the
In the
business.
snow, number one priority is this sidewalk cleaned off, whether you're open or not.
And the ramp.
And the ramp,
And the
well,
ramp,
we're getting a new ramp, but yeah, and then,
And this sidewalk too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what-
Our side, well, and
Up
and the
Freeman
square.
Square.
What if we get,
Just this.
what if we get the businesses to pitch in to help pay for it, whichever up there?
We don't have any businesses in that. Chuck can't even hardly walk.
Well, we'll go with school and maybe
Well, the
Jet.
school, Jets, they're a booming business.
Yeah, they're gonna,
I'll ask them.
You don't know unless you ask.
well, you can ask.
We can.
I bet Jet would just buy one. I bet Tom would just buy one.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you go.
Tom, are you watching?
Tom, will you buy us a snow blower?
Do we need them? What do you, I don't,
What do you guys want
I
to
do
do?
think we need to check on a snowboard. But then we gotta have somebody to operate
Why
it.
don't we, let's do some investigation and see if anybody's interested in pitching in.
Nancy, can we put you in charge of that?
We're not,
I can show you a
Sure,
picture of me.
you want me to go
when I
ask
do
all
it.
the business?
are we allowed to spend up to $500 without approval?
Yes.
Like Chuck, he could give and then he wouldn't have to do it.
So if somebody donated a couple $100, we
Just
can
go buy a 2-cycle. Buy gasoline.
And I wouldn't buy, well,
You want?
I wouldn't buy it. Sears doesn't exist anymore, does it?
No, it's not.
I went and bought the biggest snowball, we had snow, I went to buy one, the only one they had left was the biggest one they made, and I bought it thinking I could help out my neighbors. It would run until it got hot, and then it quit, and it would start again.
What you could do is make it, you could go ahead and make a motion if you think you want to purchase one and limit the price, or if you want to wait.
Well,
I don't think we ought to wait, because we're talking.
I'll make
I
a
know.
motion that we buy a snow blower and limit it to no more than $800. Surely God, we can get a good one for that.
Who are you gonna send to buy it?
Us. Huh?
Who's gonna go get it?
Tell somebody to do it, because it won't go by itself.
I'll do it for you.
It's gotta make sure you're the size you get.
Electric
In
start.
between the-
Electric
in between the
Yeah,
rails.
we like it as wide as the sidewalk, right?
It's gonna be in between
Yeah, I got
the rails.
21 inch. And you can get.
But it's gotta go between those rails.
Down the
It'll go
back.
right through those rails, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it'd be better yet if you'd run it.
Make it
Hey, if you
self-propelled.
get a snow blower, I'll run it.
Before you go to work, 5 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll second your motion, and then we give, we'll make a motion. Jerry's got it.
One at a time. All right, you got motion and second to buy a snow blower for, what'd you say, no more than $800?
Mhm.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passed.
And I'll make a motion, we put Jerry in charge of that. You might check with Dennis Equipment, they always usually give the town a good deal.
Yeah, I'll check with it for you.
But make sure you pay in cash.
I clean the stuff.
If you charge, they charge you 3%. You better not a debit card.
Our
Everybody's
credit's
starting
good
to
there.
do it, isn't it? You want?
The town or the cemetery's credit's good there.
I'll check with them.
Okay,
I might get a military discount.
Yes, second.
been moved and seconded, we'll let Jerry go buy the snow blower. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
We have an account at Dennis
all
Equipment.
opposed?
Better get it done before the first of the year, because it's gonna be 62 Christmas Day. So
Oh,
something
yeah, well, no, they're changing that.
that's.
It's now Christmas.
And we're tax exempt there.
I don't believe it.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
You probably have to give an ID number on you to do that.
Yes, they do.
That's a good number for it.
Ask
Any
him.
other business? Yes, sir.
Well, I got a couple of questions. I looked in the town minutes, when you purchased the truck, how much was that truck?
Which truck we talking about?
The new dump truck?
Okay.
I didn't put an amount on there, Jared.
You didn't put them out, and I know if it's over $5,000, you gotta take bids. I didn't see no bids taken. I know you bought it from Mo's. I just wonder why that wasn't taken care of.
We did take bids. I was gonna get you that paperwork and you said, forget it, but I'll still get it for you, okay? So you'll have all three of those
I didn't
bids.
see the purchase, and you rented the skid loader, right?
Leased it.
Leased it, But you didn't say how long you had mentioned it for. It wasn't in the minutes, that's what I'm saying.
Year, 3 years. 3. I think it's.
It was on the, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
on
have
the-
to
I
look.
remember it being.
We got that.
It might just been missed, I just wanted to check on that. Then I got another thing, we got a representative of South Henry, Mr. Barnes. I like him, a nice man, but he never comes to our meetings. I think we need to reappoint somebody that's gonna come to our meeting and explain to what's going on. They got an increase coming. I wanna know why they're having an increase, why they're doing
You have to
this.
go to their meetings.
Well,
Yeah, but
I know.
that's why we got a representative.
You're right,
Why we
very
got-
much so.
And I know, I went and checked why they're gonna put a line from, out there at Spiceland down 25. And I said, well, why are you doing that? Just to make it flow better. I said, you're gonna hook to anybody? No, but that's one of the reasons they're raising it. And for a line that's not gonna be hooked to, or not just at both ends, and that's it. That's, and that's one thing I'd fight for. Why you increase, if you want that just to increase the flow, why is it gonna affect us? So I think we need to, like I said, Mr. Barnes, I like him, I like Debbie. I said, but we need a representative that comes to the meeting, not just in the paper, tell you this is what happens.
Are those, how often are those appointments made?
I don't
Yearly
know.
or-
I'll have to check. I have
You
no
know,
idea.
Gary?
I can't remember I know it's something.
2-year terms or?
I
You've been
think
on, is there something that
2 years,
says
I'd
they
have
have to finish?
year term or 2-year term.
Is there something that says they have to finish?
I don't think
They
so, but I'll
used when
look.
Mark Allhan.
Oh, he can-
Mark Allhan, yeah, he was
He came to
there,
the
but he
meeting.
come to the meetings too.
So all we can do is ask.
And, the last, I still checked on the town board,
I
and
did
it's up to
too.
you guys,
I did too.
and, I think we need to add 2 more.
Says we
And it's up to
may,
you- It's up to you guys.
says we may adopt an ordinance to do that, and then it has to be put before the voters in the next election.
Right.
My opinion is, we have a hard time finding 3 people to run for office.
Well, I know,
It's
I
been
know
this way
few
for-
ones that want to
Been
get
this
in
way for
there.
196 years, so,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
See, that's the same way it happened, Spike, they had 3 for years, and they got 5.
Well, Spiceland seems to be throwing them.
Well, they're growing, yeah, well,
They're trying, but
well, you know,
They have trouble.
like I was telling Jan, we need to extend our city, I don't know if that's on your comprehensive plan, or, you got people using some of our utilities, it's not included in the town. On the west side of Market Street, that's county.
Yep.
Yeah, they're using our utilities. So we need to expand the city limit, and bring more money into the town too, so. Yeah. No.
well, we had plans to annex if we'd have been able to grow to the east, and
Just like the apartments, you said that somebody wanted to be within the city limit.
it is.
So, I talked to Sonny about the convenience store, I know him well, so.
I think he'll be a good asset. if we-
I do too,
Yeah.
I do too. But that's all I got.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing else?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Then move and second we adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Y'all have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. What's the date of the next meeting?
All right.
I don't know.
What you want?
You go by size.
So they're a good time.
Third Wednesday.